Hey guys, I'm the Unknown Shadow. Welcome back to Doctor Who Review. And you might be wondering, the season finished. What are you reviewing? We're reviewing the entire season. In this episode of Doctor Who Review, we are reviewing the entirety of season 12. We're going to start off with Spyfall Part 1, and we're going to make our way all the way through to the finale episode, The Timeless Children. So let's do exactly what we're about to do, what I said I was going to do. The first episode, episode 1, the Spyfall Part 1. Spyfall Part 1 was definitely a great kick into the season, and it was trying to remember what there was. It definitely felt like there was more at stake, and the spy theme throughout the entire episode was definitely good. It's not normal that you see this kind of spy thriller within sci-fi, so having it more or less be level with reality for the episode was definitely something that was new for the show. Then again, I haven't exactly seen Classic Who, so they might have done this like 30 times in Classic Who, but I don't know. We're going by New Who, and for New Who, definitely a step in the right direction, considering the mediocre season 11. Although season 11 isn't my worst season of Doctor Who, I'd say my worst season of Doctor Who is season 2. That might count as sacrilegious, so that I don't really care. My opinion. My opinion is not your opinion. If it is your opinion, cool. But yes, season 12, episode 1, Spyfall, definitely a step in the right direction after season 11. Stephen Fry, the little amount of Stephen Fry that there was in this episode was definitely good. There was definitely Poison Sky, Atmos, feels with the sat nav. That's a thing that happened a lot in the season. There's a lot of times where you think that, oh wait, are you this alien? No, you're just very similar. Okay, that's good to know. You had the Atmos with and then later on in the season you had the Skithra, which were a lot like the Rachnos. You had the Praxeus disease, which kind of felt as if it was, which kind of had with the plastic thing that made people think, oh, is this Autons? No, it wasn't. And all that jazz. Spyfall Part 2 definitely delivered on the promise of Spyfall Part 1's cliffhanger, which, gotta say, was a really, really, really well done cliffhanger. The episode Part 2 definitely delivered on that, added a bit more, took a bit off when it was needed. Splitting the gang up was definitely a good call, in my opinion. Loving that we're getting to see more of the gang instead of them all just being dumbfounded at what the Doctor's saying and doing. So that is good. Graham Bradley Walsh doing the old soul shoe shuffle. Oh, I know that was definitely a bit of a meme for the Whovians. Yes. Yeah, Lenny Henry really. You can tell that he's meant to be the side bad guy, where Sacha Dhawan is the master. Brilliant, really good. Better than John Sim, not entirely, kind of tied first place with Michelle Gomez. Yeah, they're really good performances in that episode. The cliffhanger of that episode was pretty well done, with the Doctor finding out about Gallifrey's destruction by the Master. So, and then that basically leads to the Doctor kind of in a slump, depression, not entirely depression, no, but it was definitely, I'm mad, and I can't talk to you people because you aren't going to understand any of it, and it's just making me more angry that you are just puny humans. But anyway, we move on to episode 3, Orphan 55. Okay, definitely a step down, but you can't if you keep the same level of awesome, then the next awesome moment isn't going to be as awesome as it is. So Orphan 55, definitely one of the lower episodes in the season, but and watching seeing the tweets, I understand why people don't like Vilma. There's like 16 times within the episode that she's screaming Benny, and I kind of okay, that's commitment for your relationship. Then episode 4, actually the plot twist of Orphan 55 was actually really, really well done. I enjoyed that. Episode 4, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. I enjoyed Nikola Tesla's arc throughout that episode. It was very, very well done, and it's really because a lot of people don't really know about Tesla. They all think of Edison. I'm pretty sure it's Edison, right? Well, anyway, it's been a while. It's been 7 weeks since that episode aired, but I really enjoyed it. And now the bit that most people have been waiting for, Fugitive of the Judoon. Holy hell, we got Jack, Captain Jack. That was definitely a welcome surprise. It was like my reaction was like a football game, when oh yay we scored, and everyone's just like yes. That was my reaction to Captain Jack. And then we had the whole Joe Martin Doctor, which everyone's calling Ruth the Ruth Doctor, even though I think it sounds better calling her the other Doctor. I really enjoyed her performances. The performance, Judoon coming back, obviously really well. Definitely happy that they kept that a secret. Although they do tease it, okay, there's something in this that's going to blow your mind. Like, okay, well that did. And instead, like teasing that something's going to happen, kind of makes it a little bit more obvious that something's going to happen. Which is basically how that entirely works, you know. So now we move on to episode 6, Praxis. Kind of forgettable, but not entirely bad. It wasn't a bad episode at all. Definitely enjoy the human being explosion, which is something you don't normally get in Doctor Who. So it's getting a little bit more, wow, that person just exploded. It's getting a lot more thoughtfully violent, but not, to the point of Torchwood or Class, where they straight up there's just blood everywhere. It's tastefully violent. There we go. Tastefully brutal. And it is pretty brutal. They literally explode. Plastic message. Definitely, people don't like it when there's a message. Or like, okay, the world is going to die. Fix it. And there was the same problem that Orphan 55 had, because it was too on the nose with it. But being on the nose, people don't like that. But it's something that has to be addressed. And same with the next episode, Can You Hear Me? Mental health was like a large part of that episode. So yeah, there's obviously, I was completely fine with it. The only thing that put me off was at the end of the episode, there's the one guy that said, if you have if you have a mental health problem and you want to talk about it, phone this phone number. Definitely took me way too quickly out of the episode, because I wanted to listen to the theme tune, and I didn't want to talk about, okay, mental health, here's a phone number. Yeah, I mean, you can do that after the episode, not during the credits, because I want to watch the next time. And speaking of next time, okay, well, anyway, Can You Hear Me was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it, and very enjoyed the last 10 minutes of the episode with Yaz and the police officer, and the Doctor like telling, I know that I'm like an alien from outer space, but I'm not really the best person to talk to, because I definitely, like, yeah, there's people that you can talk to, but not everyone's going to be the right person to talk to. So I enjoyed that. Episode 8, The Haunting of Villa Diodati. Learned how to pronounce it. Yeah. The Haunting of Villa Diodati brought the Lone Cyberman in for it. And I'm calling this a three-parter, even though it's technically a two-parter. I'm calling it a three-parter, because it basically is a three-parter, when you think about it. Yeah. So, The Haunting of Villa Diodati definitely intriguing. They definitely went for the horror aspect, and like you can tell, it was definitely really well done. Lone Cyberman being brought into it. Enjoyed like the whole Frankenstein mythos about the Cyberman. There was definitely a lot more talk of violence acts where, like, because the Cyberman snaps a woman's neck off screen, threatens to kill a baby, and says that the Cyberman slit his own children's throat when they joined the Resistance. So that was definitely a plus on that one. I like, ooh, good God, that's dark, and I like my dark Doctor Who moments, especially the season 9 three-parter finale. That was definitely really, really dark, and I enjoyed it. Episode 9, Ascension of the Ascension of the Daleks? No, Ascension of the Cybermen. Wrong. Robot killing machines. Definitely set up the Timeless Children really well. There wasn't exactly a lot that I could see was wrong with it. Maybe the fact that there was too many, like, I think too many characters, but then they never really had any moments, to shine. They were all just like, okay, we're taking you over here. We're basically background characters for you two. Although they did try to do that thing with Graham and the dark-haired woman. I don't really remember the character's name. It's been 2 weeks. And then here we are, the Timeless Children. What a finale that was. I really, really, really enjoyed that finale. It answered many questions. Sacha Dhawan was brilliant. Jodie Whittaker was brilliant. My favourite part of the episode is actually the chat between Graham and Yaz, saying like, you're a much better person than the Doctor is. You're like one of my favourite characters. You're like one of my favourite human beings. That was really, really touching. The whole backstory of the Doctor being the Timeless Child, I thought, okay, I understand people like, no, you're breaking the lore, but it's not, it's adding to the lore. And people saying like, oh, why Matt Smith, why did they have to give Matt Smith another regeneration cycle? They didn't need to, but they did because law, basically, and Matt Smith doesn't know that he's basically eternally regenerative. So, boom, there you go. River Song having regenerative blood. I mean, they're married, so it probably happened at some point. Yeah, there's a few plot points I don't really understand, but it was really, really a good finale, and the cliffhanger leading into a revolution of the Daleks is definitely, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that's my review of Doctor Who Season 12. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, mainly because of Orphan 55, but it's not a bad episode, so I enjoyed it. Yeah, 9 out of 10 from me. If you have any different opinions, put them in the comments. Love to talk to you, love to get a chat, get all that thing going, get debates going. Yeah, looking forward to the festive special and season 13, because we all know season 13 is going to happen. Might be Jodie Whittaker's last season, but I know that Bradley Walsh is apparently leaving after the festive session. I think Toes and Cole might be leaving as well. At least Mandip's staying. Mandip's brilliant. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, but you still like me, subscribe wherever the button is. It's somewhere in this section. And if you hate everything about me, you wish, because no, you shouldn't like Jodie Whittaker. You should like Peter Capaldi more than Jodie Whittaker. And I do like Jodie Whittaker more than, like, I prefer Jodie Whittaker to Christopher Eccleston, but Eccleston didn't really have a lot. You know, it only had the one season. We got two with Jodie, so there's more Jodie acting than Christopher. And if you want to talk about who you think your favorite Doctor is, what you think your favorite season is, just put it in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Take care. Bye.